Welcome to a short video about the upcoming conjunction between the Sun and Ketu, otherwise known as the South Node or the tail of the dragon. So here, so you can see this a whole lot better. I've already circled some things. So as you can see, here's the latitude. This is north, this is north, this is south. So this is the Sun right here on the right. This is Rahu, which means exactly opposite of him is Ketu. And I've missed the chart by a bit because I wasn't shown the seconds when I was printing the charts. But as you can see, I'm a little bit off, so I'm off by about 20 minutes because 48 seconds here and the Sun is at 0. So you can time this at around 1 p.m. Universal Time, because this is Luang Prabang, this is where I live. And there are some other interesting things like the Jupiter and Saturn quintile here. But as you can see, the moon is already passed, so we're talking about 2 days after the eclipse, or maybe 3. Of course, the eclipse is interesting, and I'm sure a lot of astrologers are already talking about it. But what's really interesting is this here. We can't even differentiate. Ketu and the Sun are right here, and they're actually perfectly parallel. So Ketu in the Vedic and some of the Vedic astrology is considered as the most powerful graha, which means technically they're saying it's more powerful than the Sun itself. Now, I don't know exactly how we can measure that, but I do know that if I was to name the top 3 most powerful grahas, I would name the Sun and Ketu in that trinity. So what does that mean? We're near the point of Scorpio here. So what does it mean when the Sun is perfectly conjunct with Ketu? Well, the Sun represents our truest self, or the one that is manifest anyway. And so because we're talking about astrology, then we're talking about the manifest. And Ketu is the closest thing to the unmanifest, since he is the dark side of the dragon, which sort of represents our dark side as well. Karma is a part of this realm which is very difficult to explain. And so you're already feeling it. I'm feeling it, and so I know that you are. This pull towards the darkness, inwards. We are being forced to erase. We are being forced to face the incomprehensible, the unknowable, the chaotic, the cruel. And this is a perfect time. Lee was born. He wears a whole necklace of Ketu stones. These are tiger's eyes. They represent Ketu. Because since he has had his personal eclipse on the 2nd of Taurus, he has had an epiphany about the power of silence. And so this is a very exciting time for Lee. For myself, sometimes I switch to the third person. It freaks some people out, but it's a good practice. You should try it. So I invite everyone not to fight the darkness, and indeed to go towards it, because they often refer to Ketu as total liberation. He is the one who, if resisted, will become the most destructive. Because nothing can oppose darkness, not even the Sun, as we will see in about 48 hours now. So it's a perfect time to recapitulate, which is how the Toltec seers refer to going back into traumatic memories or happy ones, whatever it is, wherever we left energy, wherever we left our our true wealth, our true inheritance, which is our luminous fibers. And we have the power to clean these, to reclaim and to clean these contracts, as Joel Schaefer called them, these obligations which we brought on ourselves by tying ourselves up into the outcome, when in fact liberation is total silence. And so Ketu, which represents utter darkness, utter obliteration, we're talking about erasing personal history here. This is what the Toltec sorcerers were interested in. And so if you want to reclaim your energy, perfect timing. It starts now already. You already feel it. Lee has begun, especially in his bedtime, especially when he's unable to sleep, which is almost a blessing nowadays. But even when he's riding his bicycle, or today he felt like going to the cafe to be around people a little bit, not to talk to them because there's too much intensity. They feel intimidated. But the children will look at me in the eyes and giggle. And so I was looking at the trees. There's this beautiful temple in front of this cafe that is popular because they're in front of the temple. And I let the wind and the trees and the flowers are blooming and it's beautiful, and I let it obliterate my being. And then Joel had just put out a video right at the time when I had an astonishing accident that woke me up from a lucid dream. Like within minutes, I looked at the time when he published. So all of this is creating this super powerful prophetic time. And it's there. I know I haven't done much astrology videos, but I felt compelled to do this one because a friend of mine is going through one of these wiping out personal history moment. And I encouraged him. We had a long talk and I encouraged him to embrace it, because on the other side, and even to enjoy it, because on the other side awaits a beautiful, fresh, clean beginning. So enjoy the darkness of the tail of the dragon, the strongest destroyer of all, and let him take away those things which are not truly yours, which you thought you had to make a part of your being, but are not essential. And this is the best time to breathe in from these times when we were traumatized, to breathe in what is truly ours, which is our sun, which is our soul, which is our light and our pure being. And to let out those things that don't belong here, that should be let go of, in order that our energy can be replenished, so that we may be able to accept, perhaps, the gift of total freedom. Thank you.